Forex Fortune Hunters, welcome. We're pleased you're with us today. We have a number of new subscribers, and we'd like to make sure as we begin this video that everyone understands about the power of multiple moving averages and a number of our other indicators and how you build a template in Metatrader. We really think that's an important way to begin because as soon as you understand those concepts, you can mix and match your indicators and your input values so that you get a powerful system that's customized just for your personal trading style. So hold on to your hats. We'll get started right after this. Okay, Fortune Hunters, here we are with our Metatrader screen up and running. We have a pound-yen, GBP.JPY pair, a 5-minute chart we've selected. You can see the time frame is over in this area, running all the way out to 1 month. And what we'd like to do is to start off by suggesting that when you're adding indicators to your screen, which we'll be doing in a flash here, first of all, why don't we save the template? And I've got to bring this down so you can see it. Unfortunately, that's off the screen, but we want to open. No, we don't want to open. We want to save this. And so down here, we'll see we now have an opportunity to save as. And what I would suggest you do is to save this as a blank. So I've got it as AA1 template. You can put your name down in this area. And once you do that, then you can come to this area anytime, AAA1, you can come to this area anytime and you can review that and get rid of all the indicators you may not want or need. So that's for starters, and I'm sorry this particular box goes off of our screen today, but nothing to do about that with our screen recorder. Anyway, now we have all of the templates that you see here, and we're actually going to start with our one because we'd like to put some indicators on the wall from scratch. Okay, so we're going to come to Insert, Indicators, Trend, Moving Average, and I like to use first of all, we've got a 47. You can use a 50 if you'd like. We have an exponential moving average. We're going to apply it to the close of each candle. And I'm going to choose these values for the line thickness and also the color. So let's put this on the screen now, and you can see right away that this is what pops up. Now, perhaps in this video, it's not as easy to see that, so you can always right-click on the indicator itself to come back here, or you can just right-click and go to an indicators list, and we'll bring that over. And we can see now that we have the magnified market price, which is this particular area down here. I just keep that on my screen so I can always see what the bid price is at the current time. And this is our moving average here of 47. Now, what we'd like to do just for the purposes of this video is change the line type to this line. Without dashes or dots. We're going to increase the thickness of it here, and then we'll hit OK and close out, and you can see now that that's a little clearer for us in this area. Now, first of all, notice that what happens, and I mentioned reversion to the mean, this could be the mean that we have for our total chart, and you can see that basically you could have a system whereby what you did, once you had a crossover and a downtrend in this line over a period of time on the 5-minute chart, you can see that you do not want to get short in this area. You're going to want to wait for a reversion to the mean. And so if you were to get into it in this area, the short sale of this pair, you could see that this would be good for 16 pips. If you waited through this area here, you can see it's down into this area. Now, it's obvious that you want to have some way to protect against this big move back to the upside. But certainly if you continue to put your stop and brought it along with you down the line, as soon as you took out this level or this previous level, which could be, lower lows and lower highs, lower high here, and then lower low, lower high, lower low. As soon as you knew this was your last threshold, you could put your stop right above this level and protect yourself, at least from the first of the of the quick turnarounds. Okay, Now, let's begin to add another indicator, and I like to use, as you know if you've been with me for a while, we're going to use two. We're going to use moving averages of the 12 and the 24 EMA, but let's come down to a custom indicator, and this obviously is another one of those panels that shoots over our chart. So we're going to come back here to View, and we're going to see what we can do here for this particular thing. Navigator is the area where all of your indicators will be stored. Here they all are. You can see that you can have all of these. If you want to downsize this list, you just click on this box. You come to this area if you want to see what your expert advisors, your robots are. If you come to this area, these are your scripts and so forth. But let's get rid of those for now, and we'll come back to our indicators. And I have one that I built almost 10 years ago now called Wilmot Cross. I'm going to click on it and drag it over onto the screen. And the box appeared on my other monitor, so let me drag that in for you. Here are my inputs. I want to wait until the bar closes. Yes. I can use an alert, so when this turns over and changes, I can send myself a text or an email. This is false for now, but I can make that true. For the time being, it will just be a screen alert. It could also use sound to alert me if I were doing the dishes in the kitchen or something of that sort. So here we go. Fast period 3 and 5. That's not what I want. I'm going to double click here and change that 3 to a 12. I'm going to double click here and I'm going to change that to a 24 EMA. Now down in this area, my inputs say fast math method. 0 is for simple, 1 is for exponential, and 2 and 3 are for various smooth capabilities, and this is what we'd like for the time being now. This mass price means close. Okay, now we've added these. I can't really see the color of this line here, so I'm going to click right click, as I said to you before. I'm coming back to that indicator, and I'm going to change some colors now. I like the yellow, but I want to make the purple. I'm going to change that into something I like, cornflower blue, for my line that's more visible on the black background. Here we go. And now you can see we've completed this part of the move. Now this is one here. You can see the medallion is on the screen. And once again, we could also go back to our indicators list, and we could take our Wilmot Cross, colors, and visual. Here are my two medallion colors. I can change the lime. I like it to be white. It's a little more easily visible. If I change the value here to 4, I can increase the size of those medallions. Sorry, I'm having fat thumbs here today. And you can see now they're much more visible. And what this means, this medallion means that this was the candle on which that 12 and 24 crossover occurred. Of course, if you wanted to be longer term, you could say it was the 24 and the 47 or the 50 if you have that in. You can see that in this particular case, we maintained this stacked capability on our moving averages, and we never challenged, we never tried to go back up and cross again. All we had here in this area was a reversion to the mean. And once you have that, then you're in a better position. Now there's one more that I use for my template. I'm going to come to indicators, and in this case I'm going to go down to oscillators, because I always have used, I'm just used to it now, relative strength index. You could use any of the others, MACD, the stochastic with settings that you like, but I like the relative strength indicator. And here we go. And I also have a band here between 45 and 55. And so you can notice in this particular area, this is another confirmation that this was not going to take out our longer term moving average, that 50-47 one, because we never were able to puncture through this area. Now notice here, we did have a change to the upside, but then we had that quick downdraft back, and notice how this helps to confirm the whole thing. Okay, now let's just begin to wrap it up for this particular short video. Here we go. We've got templates. Let's go to templates. Now you can't see this on your screen, but above, I can't bring it down either. I'm going to try to save a template. Okay, And so now we have the box here. Just take my word for it. You can find Save Template up above. Up in this area, we're going to create something, and this one I'm going to call AA. There's nothing magical about the AA. It's just what I like to change things. I have so many of them. AA, and we're going to make this basic. Can't type either this morning. Basic 3 Basic 3 EMA, and I'm going to save that. Okay, I like the way that looks, but if I want to now come and fiddle around with it, I've got it here. Basic 3 EMA is right here for us in our list, and bottom line is I can now come in and I can change that in any way I want, and I won't have lost my work here. Okay, that's enough for right now. Remember about this reversion to the mean. Remember about that. When you see it come up and be rejected, that's a pretty good sign. You can put your stop loss right above this level. Probably keep yourself out of trouble with a 10 pip or less stop loss in this particular case. You want to give yourself room to breathe, but you want to also control your risk and reward. And obviously here, if we had our stop loss in this area, let's try that, this area right here, we'd have a stop loss here, and we would be able to see whether this was the position where we had maximized our risk versus reward. And you can see also in this area, this trade ended up being 24 pips versus a stop loss of about 5 to 8. So that's not a bad risk to reward ratio. Okay. Thanks for watching. We're going to keep adding to this video. I have some new ideas for you in terms of multiple events that can be put together, puzzled together, and show you the best place to get your entries. So watch for future videos. Please subscribe and like us down below if you want. Come to Forex Fortune Hunter, fxfortunehunter.com for more blog posts about how these templates all go together. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and let's get some pips.